Motherfucking wizards never die.
Yeah, you know who we are. Hey, we back. Motherfucker 2008.
Motherfucking wizards never die. Puffing on that wizard weed all day, all night, stay hot. That's why wizards ain't gon' die.
Just try and step up to this wizard. Oh, you ain't heard? Don't fuck with this wizard. I'm a force to be reckoned with. Motherfucker, bow down, you should second this. I'm bulletproof. Step up to me, take aim and cock it. Pull the trigger, now watch, I just smile and block it. What the fuck can you do to kill me? Ha! I got my spells to heal me. Go ahead, roll up with your gats a blasting. I blast back and kill while the joint's still passing. I'm from the streets, bitch, you know where I've been. Always sipping potion with that juice and gin. I'm out, motherfucker, it's time to fly. Because motherfucking wizards never die. We don't die, we don't die.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's the Conspiracy Therapy Podcast with Ryan, Larry, and Joshua. And today, we're going to delve into the magical realm of black magic. Abra, abracadabra, I want to reach out and grab you.
Thank you.
That's just,
Is that like using the Axios spell from Harry Potter? You know?
yeah, maybe. I don't know.
5 seconds into the podcast, I already got one out.
One Harry Potter reference.
It's going to be a long podcast.
Okay, so first and foremost, we're covering black magic. That doesn't mean chaos. Oh,
African American magic. Let's be
I'm
proper
sorry.
here, people.
sorry.
We are not a racist podcast.
But
All inclusive.
we will be singling out just the African American magic because tonight we're not talking about gray magic, chaos magic, right hand magic.
Caucasian magic.
I guess there's a lot of magic out there. There's illusionists, there's mentalists, there's Capricorns, there's Leos, there's
Courtney Love.
Courtney Love. So, as we do every episode, we start off and say, is magic scary?
I find it more entertaining than scary.
Right.
Yeah, it's entertaining and it can be scary.
I'm going to say it's gray. It's like when I go to a concert, I'm excited and I'm not scared necessarily. I guess if I'm going to like a live execution, I might be a little unnerved. But with a magician, there's always
Thursday, execution Thursday.
We have found a witch. Can we burn her?
live execution style with your main executioner, Greg.
Jet the Axe will be there live.
Yeah. I mean,
Love Jet's work.
magicians always have an air of menace. I guess it goes back to like wizards.
It's
and
so good.
Dungeons and Dragons-y.
Good guy, bad guy, too.
Yeah, they like to be.
I want to see a wizard that has some confliction going on where he's a little bit of both.
Right, he's struggling with the dark side and
Like
the
he's
light
a
side.
good guy, but he does bad things occasionally.
So he's like a wizard hitman with a family.
So like in Order of the Phoenix when Harry Potter. Sorry.
Oh, God. All right. Let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Black magic or dark magic has traditionally referred to the use of supernatural powers or magic for evil and selfish purposes. With respect to the left-hand path and right-hand path dichotomy, black magic is the malicious left-hand counterpart of benevolent white magic. In modern times, some find that the definition of black magic has been convoluted by people who define magic or ritualistic practices that they disapprove of as black magic. So that's like when your mom's like, "What's that smell come from your room? Smells like black magic, Larry."
No, it's opium.
Yeah. She didn't understand. Or, you know, like when she went on when you forgot to delete your internet history and she went on your laptop.
That was on purpose.
Yeah.
She never checked my computer again. All it takes is once.
Hey, that was a good spell you put on her. You're a real sorcerer. But according to spellsofmagic.com, you may ask,
How do you always find these websites?
That's awesome.
I'm a clicker. If there is a term to be said for the persons that just fall down an internet wormhole every now and then.
Yeah. That's fun.
That makes sense.
This is my podium to blab about my clickings. So anyway, so spellsofmagic.com. You may ask, what is black magic? There are many debates as to what exactly black magic is and how it is different than white magic or any other color magic you may have heard of. In the simplest terms, all magic is the same and really has no color. But the media, movies, television, and video games has made the color of magic very popular. In the media, black magic is portrayed as evil, white as good, red is often seen as love magic, green as money or wealth. Such a division of magic into colors is useful. You can color code your own spell code, writing love spells on red or pink paper and make them easy to find, but in reality, this division of color does not really exist. The magic is the same for all these spells and rituals.
That makes sense.
Right.
I mean, it's like a gun.
Yeah.
It does nothing until it's used by good or evil.
Right. I've never seen like a pink gun though.
I have.
You have?
Oh yeah, they make them in camo colors and all that jazz.
That's fun. Where the hell's my gun? I can't see it.
It's right over here, jackass. It's pink.
It's up against my pink wall though. I don't see it.
Dang it. I knew this color scheme would fail me somehow.
Oh, Larry. So what is black magic then? Real practitioners of black magic consider spells which fight against or try to manipulate free will as black magic. Because these spells try to influence the normal life of others, they can become pretty dangerous if they backfire. Free will is considered by some as the strongest force in nature.
So one might say they are unforgivable spells.
I guess. Unforgivable. Are you going to start singing Nat King Cole there?
No.
Unforgivable. Gettable. Oops. Never mind.
You forgot the song.
I did.
Where in the title of the song is forgetting.
I've been doing a little too much black magic. So care should definitely be taken when dealing in the dark arts. The line between what can be considered black magic is fuzzy, though. Love spells are rarely seen as black magic, but if the spell makes you...
Sounds a little rapey to me.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, taking someone's will away from them in that sense to make them fall in love with you.
So, some Bill Cosby level stuff right there.
Okay, wait. If the spell makes someone leave their spouse and travel across the country to be with you, you are definitely messing with free will. So that's a no-no spell.
So if they're in your own city where you can get at them as many times as you want, then it's free reign.
Right. Well,
Loophole.
however,
Josh found the loophole.
a simple crush spell to a date where you're not going to mess up their relationship and it's of free will is considered fine. No matter how you decide to define black magic, the following are generally considered as black magic spells. Okay, here's some different spells that you could do if you were a black magician. Death spells.
African American.
I'm sorry, African American. Death spells.
There's
Okay, I gotta say,
wow, right off the bat.
Avada Kedavra.
that's a big one. Hurt spells. So when you decide you don't want to go the full NC-17 route, you can give them a boo-boo.
I summon power of toe stubbing.
Who did this terrible spell? My toe, it hurts.
I stepped on a Lego. Damn it all.
I tripped on a small little doll that looks like me with the what are those? Yeah, I couldn't even think of anything. I was just like, what is the little wooden thing you put in your mouth to pick your face? And I'm like,
It's a toothpick.
yeah, okay, there we go. Banishing spells.
What's that thing you use to pick your teeth?
What's that thing that makes your teeth clean? It goes, shh, shh, shh,
You
shh.
brush your teeth with it. What is it called?
For the love of God, what is it
Straight on
called?
the tip of my tongue.
What's that thing my feet go in so I can walk around all day?
A flipper.
It's a scuba diver.
I gotta put on my air shielding devices that I wear. What is it? All right, sorry. Banishing spells, binding spells, conjuring spells, energy spells, nightmare spells, power spells, revenge spells, bad luck spells, misfortune spells. Well, they all kind of sound evil.
How about spell checker?
That's a spelling bee.
Yeah, it's not an actual spell. It's a bee that
It's not.
writes.
I swear it's magic. It's reading my damn mind.
Okay,
It knows what I want to put here.
so my
Duck
first
this ship.
thought was like, okay, if I'm trying to find a spell, and they gave me those lists right there, none of those seem like they're good-willed. Like, I guess conjuring. What are you going to conjure? Are you going to conjure the ghost of-
Dinner.
Yeah.
Chief
Well,
Eddie.
I'm lazy.
I guess you could, if you word it a certain way. I see. The thing is, when I see words like that, I think Old Testament. Like, I see scary things, but
Locusts.
I did the work,
Oh, thank you.
and I found out
More than I did.
what one of the spells was. Would you guys like to hear it?
Sure.
What's it gonna summon?
Okay. Well, all right. Don't get scared. How would one of you use one of these spells? Well, here's an example of a spell used to find someone. So this is a spell used to find someone. Are you too? Should I stop?
Yeah, let's go. Let's do
Okay.
it.
I
Okay.
need to find somebody.
This is just explaining it. We're not actually doing the thing because, yeah. You take a white candle and light it.
Okay.
Put a few drops of blood on a map. And
Your blood,
focus.
or
Just it didn't. Yeah. Does it matter whose blood?
What
what
if
if
it's
it's
a person
if you're trying to get their blood?
I'm going to say use your own blood.
Okay.
I wouldn't want to, if your neighbor's over and you guys are playing, a game of pinochle,
Thrones?
and you just suddenly decide,
Many a pinochle
where
game
are
breaks
my
out here.
kids? I'm a black magician. I'm going to find them. And you pull out your Google Maps and you drop some blood on it, and then
On
you
your
say,
screen.
"Hey." I guess you could do that. Okay, so you put the blood on the map and you focus and you say, oh man, get ready. Ryan's terrible speaking is about to come in. Here we go. This looks like Latin. Phasmatos tribum, nasex veras, sequita sanguines emanatas, astinian ega petus.
You had me at
Whoa,
sangria and
Marty's here.
empanadas.
Marty! Oh, he's quiet. Doesn't matter. He doesn't talk that much anyways. Did we find someone? Probably not, because I can't read and I'm not really looking for anyone because I have all my best buds here.
And that we don't have a candle, a map, or blood.
That's true. We're all full of beer.
Vodka.
Or
But
vodka.
hey, whatever you're drinking.
Nas.
All right.
Making
so,
that disappear.
There you go. Do it up. Da, da, da. So we are powerful magicians, right?
Oh well, yeah,
Have you guys ever tried to do magic
Yeah.
realistically?
yeah. I've thought of it before and thought it'd be kind of cool.
I've pulled off one of the greatest magic tricks of all time. Have you seen who I married? I pulled a trick off right there.
Aww. Oh, man.
point.
Dude.
You know I'm going to only let her listen to that part of the show. I know what I'm doing.
Long
I
enough
know.
so he can be like, oh, and I'm buying a new 70-inch 4K TV.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Butter them up. Okay. Who are some of the most famous...
That comes afterwards. The buttering up part. Oh, you mean like not actual? Okay. Well,
So some of the most recent famous wizards?
yes.
Aleister Crowley.
Who's that?
I know him.
Mr.
Well, I don't-
Crowley!
Oh, no, I
He knows what I'm talking about.
Okay.
You're just like, no.
You know why
Edward-
he's saying why Ozzy Osbourne sang
Osbourne?
that song?
Why?
Yeah.
So you two knuckleheads wouldn't have to.
Oh, shots fired.
Oh,
Actually, you
man.
guys can. All right,
He's trying to get in his wife's pants and then break his friends' hearts. This is a sad podcast. All right. Aleister Crowley, born Edward Alexander Crowley, 12 October 1875. Died 1 December 1947. How old is that? 25, 47. Carry the 2.
I have a
Carry the
remainder
3.
somehow. How did I end up with a remainder?
I think
Squared.
that's 72. 72.
Okay.
It's kind of surprising that, because when I think of Aleister Crowley, I feel in my brain it seems like he was around a lot longer
Right. But
ago.
I
Well, there's a guy that kind of continued some of it, although the two of them I don't think would get along nowadays because they're very different. At least from what I've seen in documentaries and doing the research, which this took me like 3 days of YouTube videos and clickbaits. This goes some dark places, but overall,
I'm on board.
Yeah.
It gets pretty dark.
But Aleister Crowley was an English occultist, ceremonial magician, poet, painter, novelist, and mountaineer.
Fit that on a friggin' business card.
He also loved the taste of cum. he founded the religion.
Just throw that in at the end. That's on the other side of the business card.
Yeah.
Oh, he enjoys the taste of cum.
He founded
puts in that little fishbowl, gets free breakfast. It's awesome.
Hey, look at this. 10 samples of cum.
What should we make him? No, we're making him for breakfast. Scrambled jizz.
We're going to make him some eggs with boogers and cum.
Oh, Lord. He founded the religion of Thelema. It is a religion based on philosophical law of the same name, adopted as a central tenet by some religious organizations. The law of Thelema is do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law, love under will. The law of Thelema was developed in the early 1900s by Aleister Crowley, an English, well, I basically explained that, but he was an English writer and ceremonial magician. He believed himself to be the prophet of the New Age, and he founded the Aeon of Horus. Hopefully I said that right. Based upon a spiritual experience that he and his wife Rose had in Egypt in 1904. By his account, a possibly non-corporeal or paternal human, that's in quotes, being that called itself Aiwass, contacted him and dictated a text known as the Book of the Law, or Liber al Vel Legis in Latin, which outlined the principles of Thelema. Thelema is if you're like a student of Thelema, you are a Thelemite, identifying himself as the prophet entrusted with guiding humanity into the Aeon of Horus in the early 20th century. Do you guys want to know what the Aeon of Horus is?
She works down a division?
Yeah.
$5 handies, bro.
That was good. Josh, that was good.
$10 suck and split.
Yeah.
And it spits back in his mouth.
Aeon of Horus.
That's $6 extra.
Aeon of Horus. I take it in the A or the N. You figure it out. All right. Okay. In the religion of Thelema, it is believed that the history of humanity can be divided into a series of aeons, also known as the same word, each of which was accompanied... Yeah, I don't get that.
You're a poor reader.
Well, the thing is, they just shoved the A into the E. I don't know what that means.
That's $12.
God damn, Aeon of Horus.
She kinky.
I never spent a better $12 in my life.
You're gonna need some Pedialyte after that session.
Jesus. Each of which was accompanied by its own forms of magical and religious expression.
Yeah.
The first of these was the Aeon of Isis, which Thelemites
Wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
She'll do anything for a buck.
Which Thelemites believed occurred during prehistory, and which saw mankind worshipping a great goddess symbolized by the ancient Egyptian deity Isis, which before there was terrorists...
Oh, okay. Thanks for clearing that up now.
And before there was a great post-metal band called Isis, there was a Egyptian goddess named Isis.
Whoa, you're forgetting about the song. Wait, that's Iris. Shut up, Josh. Damn it.
Get out of the 90s.
I literally watched on Josh's face just as he figured out he screwed up, but he was like, I'm committing. I'm going.
No shame.
I'll clear it up afterwards.
Right.
You know, I'll pay that $12, get the A shoved in the E.
All right. In Thelemite beliefs, this was followed by the Aeon of Osiris, a period that took place in the classical and medieval centuries when humanity worshipped a singular male god, symbolized by the Egyptian god Osiris, and was therefore dominated by patriarchal values. And finally, the third Aeon, the Aeon of Horus, which was controlled by the child god symbolized by Horus, and this new Aeon. Thelemites believed that humanity will enter a time of self-realization and self-actualization. Within the Thelemite religion, each of these aeons is believed to be characterized by their own specific magical formula, the use of which is very important and fundamental in the understanding of Thelemic magic.
Okay.
That's a mouthful.
It is, and I'm sorry for all. You know what? I'm going to say this right now. This is episode 6 of the show. I apologize to anybody who likes the show and has been listening and just is hating the way my slurs and my words don't come out right. I read better in my head, but then when I talk out loud, I'm like, interesting. Okay, so I think the biggest thing with black magic, and we kind of started with it with the whole discussion about it, was that it seems like the popular belief is that black magic is evil and it's dictated by Satan or Satanism, right?
Correct. Yeah, that's the popular belief.
Okay. Well, according to the research that I did, the influence of popular culture has allowed other practices to be drawn in under the broad banner of black magic, including the concept of Satanism. While the invocation of demons and spirits is an accepted part of black magic, this practice is distinct from the worship or deification of such spiritual beings. Those
Glad
lines,
you didn't say defecation.
you just, I've had those.
Although I've had those
that's
mornings
like
too.
$20
$20
mornings.
for that.
Looks like you threw a pudding cup at the back of the toilet.
Right.
Strawberry. You might want to get
love
that checked out.
Those lines, though, continue to be blurred by the inclusion of spirit related to Satanism. John Dee's 16th century rituals, for example, were included in Anton LaVey's The Man Who Wrote the Satanic Bible. I'm sorry, Anton LaVey, who was the man who wrote the Satanic Bible in 1969, which basically is what started the Church of Satan. And from there, it's basically an atheistic religion devoted to the philosophy and individualism and pitilessness, often associated with Satan. So, okay, I'm going to go off script a little bit here because I've got quite a few different notes, but I want to say, from what I was able to dig up, it isn't necessarily the idea of Satan as was created by Christianity in the post BC. I want to say, like
the comic series BC.
No.
Oh,
no. Great comic strip though.
Let's see what's going to happen with that wheel they just invented.
It fall on wife. Next week.
That was a
Same
dark
thing.
one. Very dark.
It's a black magic
To be continued.
strip.
No cliffhanger.
The idea is, I think a lot of times people mistake Satanism itself for being, just about you worshiping the devil and sacrificing goats. But realistically, that's what the Christian and Judeo-Christian religions want you to believe, because it's so free. It's so freedom based. The idea of the black magic is all about freedom, according to
It's libertarianism.
Yeah, exactly. It's a religious libertarianist type of ideal. Satan actually comes from the word adversary.
Yep.
And it has a lot to do with pushing.
Josh is a little too familiar with Satanism for my.
Actually, yeah. I mean, I have looked into.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow. I stumbled into something here.
Well, I know more about
One of us.
Luciferians, and
I know a lot about Rastafarians.
Well, you're on the right track.
Lot of mercy.
the
was horrible.
ideas that they have are actually, I find them to be intriguing. It's a celebration of yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all
Celebrated
about
myself
having your
twice
own.
yesterday.
Me too.
I mean, it's
Not together though.
no.
Well, one, but not the other. I'm sorry.
for Aleister
Josh.
Crowley, right?
Yeah,
Yes, an honor.
he would have liked that.
That's what I understand.
Yep.
But yeah,
Keep going.
they're all about having your own like strength, not relying, like you don't blame other people for your misfortunes. You man up, you do what you have to do to make your life better. You don't rely on, I'm going to pray to this God or that God or whatever for this or that, and you just do it. That's the whole idea behind it. And they're like, we're nice people. And the person I talked to, very friendly guy.
Yeah, I had a friend in the Navy who was a Satanist, and he could get drunk with all of us, and of all the people, he never ended up fighting with anyone. I asked him tons of questions late into the night and drinking, and assumed I was gonna eventually get the shit scared out of me. Like he was gonna be like, "Oh, by the way, I'm a demon," because I grew up in a very religious community, and the way I was raised made me believe what I was dealing with was like a closet sociopath. But the truth is, Satanism generally is possibly the most free thinking of all religions, and also has they don't laud after any god. If they're invoking something, that doesn't mean they worship it. It has more to do with power and freedom and life and love and just and I don't mean this to turn into like the pro Satan podcast, but it's really, they kind of just try to make it work in their own advantage the way that Christians view it, because now it's just become the hair metal rock and roll thing, and they can play on that. But eventually, once you sit down and you get older, like much of the older Satanists that are in that community, like Anton LaVey, even before he died, they were very peaceful humans who, went about things,
You never heard about them sacrificing goats and whatnot?
Never. And even, there was some tomfoolery in it, but a lot of that was just brought on by the drugs in the 60s and insanity. I mean, you've got the Jack Parsons, the rocket guy, that his through line where he actually worked close with Aleister Crowley, and even L. Ron Hubbard, before he wrote Scientology, was a part of the Black Church. So,
Yeah, my reading disability caused me to worship Santa instead.
Oh my God.
Hail Santa.
Oh, and all his elves. Every Christmas we sacrifice an elf.
So every time someone says when hell freezes over, you got a little confused, right?
Yes! It's Christmas time.
I thought it was always frozen over.
Oh, goodness gracious. What a great little bit. Let's see. So we talked a little bit about Satanism there, and I guess I can skip over what I was going to say, but I really LaVey had his Church of Satan, and there's plenty of videos on there that you can see, and they talk about invoking spirits. There is kind of with Crowley, though, Aleister Crowley, there was a little bit more focus put on the sexual side of things.
Oh yeah.
Mostly because invoking entailed that your wand was your penis, and your
go on.
And your sacrifice was your sperm. So many times they would draw sigils in the air and just spray sperm everywhere, or they would consummate with a lovely young woman, and she would be your.
So did Crowley run around with his mouth open and like in the rain, or? There
was a few times. Supposedly he took a man out to like Joshua Tree and had sex with him.
Have to do with this?
Well, that was the inspiration for the U2 album.
Spraying cum everywhere? Well, that's interesting. With or without you.
It's a gay rights parade song.
Makes sense now.
So he took the man out into the desert, and supposedly, according to reports, the guy was like chronically insane afterwards. Can you say chronically insane, or is that?
I got a bad case of the insanes.
He went insane.
Okay, he went insane. I like to mishmash words together every now and then too. Yeah, he went insane after that, and who knows what he said, what he did, but they made love and summoned a whole bunch of whatevers. Scorpions, maybe some butt pirates.
I was thinking Def Leppard, but
arg.
Satanism is not a white light religion. It is a religion of the flesh, the mundane, the carnal, all of which are ruled by Satan, the personification of the left-hand path, not necessarily the God, if you will.
Right.
If that makes any sense. let's watch a little clip here and see what these guys have to say about themselves.
Well, I'm very much into philosophy. A lot of different philosophers that I've read over the years, like Nietzsche, Darwin, Freud, Aleister Crowley, and finally Anton LaVey. And fortunately, he's still alive, so I got to meet with him and talk about his ideas and things like that. And in America, Satanism is sensationalized and kind of misunderstood, and people associate it with worshiping the devil and things like that.
You're about to learn secrets that most people will never know about godlike power. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm E.A. Koetting, creator of the most powerful occult movement in the world called Become a Living God. Subscribe right now and you'll get uncensored access to my hardcore live rituals, Magus interviews, video podcasts, and video blog. You're going to learn rituals that will awaken your clairvoyance for spirit communication. I'll show you how to evoke any spirit to visible appearance, and I'm going to give you proven techniques for experiencing the God mind in soul travel. And the best part is, I'm giving you all of this totally free when you subscribe. So go ahead, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.
He could simply say, I have action. A magician. The magic cults of the 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th centuries in the Middle East were fascinating. The only modern work that has anything to do with them is trifle wild in spots, but it's fascinating work in itself, and that's work written by Aleister Crowley, the late Aleister Crowley, my very good friend. And he did himself a splendid piece of aesthetics built around those magic cults. It's a very interesting reading to get a hold of a copy of a book, quite rare, but it can be obtained, The Master Therion, Therion, The Master Therion by Aleister Crowley. He signs himself The Beast, the mark of the beast, 666.
Were the early occult masters keepers of secrets that modern science is only beginning to rediscover? The trail of the occult begins in Egypt 5,000 years ago. Just before the rise of Egypt's great pharaohs, hieroglyphics or pictographs were invented. Egyptians used them to document their history and religion, and to practice complex systems of astronomy, astrology, and geometry. They believed their powerful knowledge came from the god Thoth.
Thoth, or Tahuti, was the Egyptian god of magic. And more than just the god of magic, he was the god of writing, of astronomy, of mathematics and science. He invented language, invented writing.
Only priests with special training were allowed access to Thoth's sacred knowledge. Imhotep, builder of the first pyramid, was one of the chosen.
Thoth was considered to be the one who gave us writing and numbers and the arts of self-cultivation through works of consciousness. Some people thought he was a person who was then deified through his accomplishments. Other people feel that this has been a mythical entity from the beginning.
Legends held that a book of magic written by Thoth contained the secrets of the gods.
The Book of Thoth was actually considered to be in the astral plane. Not a physical thing, but something that you had to actually travel in consciousness to arrive at. And so this is probably one of those very old incidences of channeling where an individual would get into a special state of mind, contact the Thoth energy wherever it was to be found, and then be tutored.
Guys, let's be real here. We've listened to quite a few clips. We've gone back in time. We've got the current. We got the past. We know for a fact it started in Egypt, went to Greece, and it's all thought of as free thinking. But then religious Judeo-Christian people came along and they were like, hey guys.
Hey, buddy. Oh, boy.
And then things got great. We had the golden age of religious love. So much education happened. Actually,
by
we
education,
pushed the envelope.
Stabbings and burnings.
Oh,
and
wait,
torture.
the Black Plague. Oh, the Inquisition. Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. I thought it was backwards day. It's not.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Nope. So during the Renaissance, things came back around a bit, and that's when freethinkers became free again. And nowadays, we're living in turmoil just a bit. I think we've advanced enough, but let's get to the
cream of the crop.
Exactly. That's why you're there. You got to help me with those words.
Thank you, Randy.
Exactly. So, magic. We're talking about magic. Do you guys know what the definition of magic is? Did you ever look it up?
No, I can't say I have. That'd require reading.
Right.
Remember,
Who
this
wants to
guy
read?
worships Santa.
Oh, that's right. Magic, sometimes referred to as stage or street magic to distinguish it from paranormal or ritual magic, is one of the oldest performing arts in the world in which audiences are entertained by stage tricks or illusions. Illusions being a key word, okay?
Mm-hmm. Like, look, as I turn this water into wine.
That kind of goes
hell
back
yeah.
to an old episode of ours, gentlemen.
It does.
Where we talked about the clownies.
That was like last episode. When
Yeah, well, I know. That's why I said in the past, you know?
You're right. It was in the
It's
past.
been 2 weeks since I looked at a clown.
I'm
Josh
still
Sweat,
recovering from
he's-
that.
Yeah.
Don't bring up last episode, okay? Illusions of seemingly impossible or supernatural feats using natural means. These feats are called magic tricks, effects, or illusions. David Copperfield, Chris Angel, David Blaine. Those are more recent illusionists.
Yeah,
they are.
But
Great
probably
Showman.
the most noteworthy now.
Not magicians, though. Illusionists. Those are. They go to great lengths to make you believe they're bull honky. So what's a mentalist, though? Because that was included in there.
That was a show on USA Network.
We Know Drama. Was that them?
I think so.
Huh?
Okay. A mentalist is a performing art in which a practitioner known as a mentalist appears to demonstrate highly developed mental or intuitive abilities. Performances may appear to include hypnosis, telepathy, clairvoyance, divination, precognition, psychokinesis, mediumship, mind control, memory feats, and rapid mathematics. Mentalists are sometimes categorized as psychics or psychic entertainers.
Rest in
I
peace,
saw
Miss
one-
Cleo.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
All right.
She was a lot younger than I thought she was.
I have a question for you guys.
She's in her 50s, right?
57.
And I remember
think
seeing
so.
those commercials like 30 years ago.
Oh, yeah, boy. Dun, 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 dun.
I have
That's
a
all
question
think
for
in my
you
head.
guys.
Sorry. Jerk chicken's
Because
good.
I've thought about this a lot of times in the past. And I remember when I graduated from high school, there was we went to some college and there was a magician came and he hypnotized like 5 of my classmates into doing the wacky, like, oh, I want you to walk around like a chicken and all that. Do you think that that's real? To be hypnotized?
I think the mind is like so easy to manipulate. It's just like it's like when people talk about placebos. Whenever you take, it's like I didn't have my medication. I take a medicine daily for myself, and I didn't have it for 2 days, and I thought for sure, like, oh no, I don't have it. I'm getting,
Not going to get an erection.
I'm not going to be able to support my wife, and with.
Boy, you went downhill quick after missing a day of medication. A day of no boner pills, and he's freaking out about family life.
I can't straddle this. I don't know what to do anymore.
Pornhub, you got nothing for me.
Oh, it's like pulling a wet noodle.
And
like-
then, like heaven above, my black snake moan pills came in, and me and my wife were victorious.
And
I raised her with just one muscle. I did.
And that's a story of how I met your mother.
Yeah, of course. No, what are we even talking about right now?
So, because I was,
And that, people, is this show in a nutshell.
right. Well, because I mean, like I said, I've seen where people act like ridiculous and like they do the thing, snap your finger, and they go back to being normal. And I've always wondered, because I've never had it done to me, but I've always thought. When they go up to her, does he say like, "I'll give you a 20 if you
Here's the
play
thing.
this out"?
Well, who's the people that are going to go up on that stage? People who want attention, correct?
Yeah.
Who are the people most likely to act out? People who want attention, right? On the other hand, I do think hypnotism is real because I do believe that people do use it for therapy to stop smoking, help with eating problems and things.
Well, it's like
such
if
as
you
that.
have a bad dream, it's your mind symbolically, I think, telling
Saying
you something is
had
wrong.
You shouldn't have had that sausage pizza last night, you dipshit.
Right. So you get a sausage pizza's chasing you in your nightmare, whereas I get like
chasing,
pleasuring, going back
whatever.
to that Pornhub thing again. This big sausage
dude, we
pizza.
are advocating. We're giving way too much love to Pornhub this week. Next
Well,
week,
they are our
we're coming for
sponsors.
you, RedTube. All right. So realistically, what you're saying though kind of leads to our verdict because you're saying, "Well, oh no. Okay, go ahead.
Well, you can finish that thought.
Well, what I was going to say is like you're asking if hypnosis is real, and a mentalist that's what he does. I mean, or a clairvoyant or whatever.
Right.
They supposedly can see into the future / other realm, which kind of leads into our spiritualism talk from before, or ghosts.
Right.
I am really curious though. And we can go off in any way you want to after this, but, well, I don't want to round it out too quick because I want to have a debate about this. I'm curious do you think it's possible to contact, because we both said ghosts were real on the ghosts episode.
Yes.
So, and Larry, you said no.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you think it's possible to contact them? You said you have friends that work in that field.
Is it possible to communicate with ghosts?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely. There's plenty of mediums and utilities tools, if you will, out there to do that. So, yeah, absolutely.
What do you use, a 3DS or 2DS?
Oh man, 3DS, because then at least you can shut the screen.
Because they don't like that natural video screen light.
Oh. Which kind of actually brings me, I kind of want to take a small turn here. Entertainment. Now, black magic, or magic if you will, it inadvertently has affected us in many different ways. We have music about magic, we have video games, we have movies and all that.
Black Magic Woman, Santana.
That's true. So I was just kind of curious, what do you guys think? Like, as far as magic in entertainment, is that something that should be frowned upon by people, or because I know a lot of people that are very anti-magic, and case in point, I actually have my grandma-in-law, I think, my step-grandma.
Step-grandma-in-law?
Yeah.
A lot of qualifiers going on here.
Right? She is very, very, very devout Christian and will not even touch a Harry Potter book because they use magic. For that reason alone, will not touch it.
So did she walk out when she took her kid to see The Sword and Stone and Merlin was
and that
in
was
it?
always my thing. Like, what's acceptable and what's not acceptable?
They all have way too many qualifiers for it to be unacceptable.
It's a sliding
slippery
scale.
slope.
It's a sliding scale for each person, because I think if maybe she kind of accidentally started watching the movie and she started to enjoy it,
I think that's
she might
true
let
too.
it go.
I think
know what
that's
I mean?
the thing we run from. I think it's the same thing that gay
There's no-
guys run from when they go on there and they delete their history. I'm just saying. I'm
Right.
not saying I'm in a weird spot because I don't give a shit. If I was gay, I'd be as gay as Elton John right now. But
I
I'm
was
not.
going to say Aleister Crowley, but
It's like the look on Larry's face. If only this was
Where
a
is
video
this going?
podcast.
So, what's
How
your
gay
guys'
is Elton John? Actually, he's probably like a 6 or a 5. He's probably like the
That's
soccer
other-
mom version of a gay guy. To be honest, sorry, I don't know where we're going with that. but
I don't. That's what I was trying to figure out.
I like the point that you brought up, though. I think you're right.
After talking about gay stuff and you're talking about bringing up points, bro, no.
Sorry.
I say maybe.
So, out of all the different realms of entertainment, what is your guys' favorite thing that involves heavy usage of magic?
Honest goodness?
Yeah.
Straight up magic shows.
Yeah.
I know, like illusionist type stuff. I love, like Penn and Teller. I could watch that all day.
Oh, yeah.
I'll watch, like, I remember seeing I think it was David Copperfield made the Statue of Liberty disappear.
That was incredible.
Yeah. Like, that's the stuff I find most entertaining. 'Cause I know what I'm getting fed, but I'm still going to watch it.
Right.
Well, because half the time you're trying to figure out, how are they doing this?
Yeah.
There's something that I'm missing. Somebody's doing something, and it sucks because sometimes you keep looking hard, nothing's there. And then you go to like forums where there's other amateur magicians, and they're like, dude, I don't even know how he did it.
Right. Have you guys seen the movie The Prestige?
No.
I don't think
I would
so.
have to highly recommend that if you're a fan of like Christopher Nolan, Dark Knight movies, or like a good. See, movies about magicians are kind of few and far between, but I really appreciate it. And this came out at the same time as The Illusionist, which is another really good.
That's right. I kind of remember like
two different Magic Man movies.
Going to Blockbuster. That was a magic trick. That place actually existed. Then, and like the two movies are next to each other. I'm like, is
that the sequel to that?
We'll just go with this other movie over here.
There you go. Well, I would say, what about you, Ryan? If you had to pick like a movie, or would you say like The Illusionist, or?
That's a good question. I think with regards to magic specifically, like art form wise, movies or books or anything that I've really liked, you know, not to be a mind freak, but I've enjoyed the fall from grace that I've seen from Chris Angel, because he's such a fuck. He's such a new metal shit. He is like the worst thing ever. Every time I'm tangenting here a bit.
Go for it, please.
But every time I'm in like Barnes and Noble and I see like Chris Angel's Mind Freak set, and it's like Mind Freak, and there's just a stupid little kid's play set. Be a little mind freak, and I'm just like, that is the dumbest shit I have ever seen. You're such a douchebag shit. Okay, here's the thing. Right hand, left hand path, chaos magicians, anybody listening to this, obviously we don't know, we're not practicing magicians, we're not sorcerers or wizards, and most of this knowledge was culled from either stuff we found on weird websites or stuff I listened to in podcasts and videos that I watched on YouTube. But here's the thing. You guys are cool in my book. You guys are cool. Chris Angel, back of the bus. Keep away from them. I don't need to listen to your fucking System of a Down bullshit.
He's trying to do black magic?
No.
That you're trying to send him the back?
Chris Angel's trying to invent his own kind of stinky fucking
brown magic.
No, it's not brown magic. It's like douchebag puddle of mud fucking crap new metal late 90s, early 2000s.
Hi, I'm Chris Angel. Abracadabra. Now I'm going to cut myself and bleed in the tub for a while.
How did I escape that, kid?
Across the river, not up the stream.
Mad freak! I fucking hate it so much. Everything about presentation-wise.
Hi, I'm Chris Angel's assistant. I sound just like Chris Angel and kind of look like him too, even though I am a
Chris
woman.
Can't make it because he's doing too many whippets, okay, bro?
I'm like freaking minds and stuff, man.
Chris Angel live at a Taco Bell with Slipknot.
Watch as I make my cure.
That was incredible. Meatloaf.
I had to drink because I was getting so upset with Chris Angel there.
So I'm going to say I love Final Fantasy. No, but really, though, like RPGs, with me, I love Magic, and so
You ever play Magicka?
I was going to say,
actually, yeah, I think I
That's
have.
a fun game.
Magicka 1 or 2
Yes, both. I've played both.
Magic,
I
I played
2.
2.
with the wizards.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Good job, Larry. That's a good Magic thing.
All right.
I like Magicka. It's fun.
That
Me
is
and
a
my
fun game.
daughters play it.
But yeah, I love RPGs when it comes to video games, and Final Fantasy having the white mage, or excuse me, yeah, you have black and white magic in the games that reflect actually everything in here, because like the white magic is supportive, like cure life, things that are good, whereas black magic is fire, tornado, and all that. So
to put it at its essence, though, black magic inspired some of the greatest art of the 20th century. The cover of Sgt. Pepper's has Aleister Crowley on it.
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah. David Bowie was involved in the occult. Enjoyed it. David Bowie,
Jimmy Page.
Yep, Jimmy Page
from Led Zeppelin.
Mm-hmm.
Greatest rock band possibly of all time. One of the greatest rock bands of all time, at least.
No, it's clearly like Deftones.
I want to.
Even though I love them, I'm still like sigh.
Right.
But no, I mean, some of the greatest musicians of all, or musicians were inspired by magicians, and they're free thinking. And to put it that way, then I could say so many things. I mean, Houses of the Holy, Led Zeppelin, David Bowie, Hunky Dory, The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust. I mean, the art that was inspired by free thinking is unparalleled, and for that I cheers you, Black Magic. Thank you.
But some of the other things that obviously I've pointed out, I'm a Harry Potter fan, and that's obviously very magic oriented.
Really?
I've never.
Yeah, I know it comes off as a shock, but there's a couple movies I really like too, like Rosemary's Baby. I don't know if you guys remember that movie from 1968 about the Rosemary and her husband move into an apartment. She gets pregnant and gives birth to the Antichrist, I believe.
And ain't that a bitch?
Yeah. Well, great movie, but even
congratulations, it's an Antichrist.
The Craft from 1996.
Okay, I saw this movie. I
don't remember much about the movie. I just remember the women in it and being a young.
Oh yeah.
Impressionable.
I wish there was like a porn parody version of The Craft.
I'm sure there is.
You could probably pay him to do that now, but it'd be a bunch of sad moms. Sorry.
And even more so, and this is something a lot of people could identify with, is the entire Lord of the Rings series. The Hobbit, you have the necromancer that's in The Hobbit that turns out to be Sauron.
Right.
And then in Lord of the Rings...
That was a giant eyeball, right?
Well,
I was waiting to see if your head was going to explode. What'd you call him? No, I know who you're talking about. I know who you're talking about.
But yeah, when you look at The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings as a whole, that's chock full of lots of different lore, and
it is. But I don't think of it as a magic movie.
I don't either. But I understand what you're saying, because you have Gandalf, one of the greatest wizards of all time, which brings me to a great question. Now that I think of it, what's your favorite wizard of all time? Because there's a lot of great wizards and sorcerers and sorceresses in all media.
My favorite wizard is Mr.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah.
Silence around the table, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody's thinking about Mr. Wizard and crying because they want to make a rain machine in their basement. Well, I don't know what else to say.
My second favorite would be John Wall, point guard for the Washington Wizards.
Guy was real Wall.
Guy can drive to the hoop.
That's right.
Distribute.
Drive a Ford Taurus straight to the hoop.
That's illegal.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, you can't. Yeah,
can't bring motorized vehicles.
The modern rules of NBA have really killed the competitiveness.
How do people with no legs play professional basketball?
You can shoot Lieutenant Dan
real slowly. Those aren't sneakers you hear squeaking. Those are amputated stumps.
I would say. What the hell was that? Oh,
Okay,
you're
sorry.
okay. That was a scariest.
It's a stupid
moment.
vodka's catching up to me.
Okay, Merlin. He's one of my favorite
Merlin.
wizards.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Which
That's a
iteration?
Oh my goodness,
Which
this is nerding out right here.
I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize.
What is the movie Sword and Stone? The Disney movie.
You like the Disney one, not like the television show that was out
No.
a few years back.
No.
Did you ever watch it?
No. Josh, we're living in a Game of Thrones world.
Yeah,
Okay?
I know, and that's why I'm surprised you didn't say one of my favorites, Melisandre,
I would say that.
because
But she makes
Black
me mad.
Magic. I mean,
Oh yeah. Oh,
I
yeah.
would count her.
Melisandre's she's a crazy bitch.
and Dumbledore.
Dumbledore.
Rest in peace.
Good tuna fish.
All right, look. Here's
it's
the thing.
Bumblebee,
I'm going to
sorry.
say this. I'm pretty sure me and Larry are not Harry Potter fans. God bless you, sir.
I've seen all the movies.
I've read the books 6 or 7 times.
Yeah, my
now.
wife has too. She's read those. She wants the new one.
Guess what? The books have periods.
So does my wife.
I got it started.
All right. Don't. Jesus Christ.
Oh, I'm crying. Oh my god.
Oh God, I'm sorry.
I think
I'm
I
the
peed a little bit.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm the undisputed phlegm VP of the show.
Oh god. Ow.
That was good.
Couldn't help myself.
It's like I watched you self-destruct if you said that. Just like
No. Trying to put the words.
comedy value is a level 12 out of 10.
I'm falling on the swords for the show. I just kind of performed some sort of Harry Carey on myself.
And this is after talking about how she was great.
Yeah,
You know,
you know what? That's out the window now.
She just won't hear that part.
Don't whatever you do, don't sandwich the two together. So, all right. I think we've had a pretty thorough discussion, at least from an idiot's perspective. We gave you the idiot's guide to black magic here. We talked a little bit about magic, a little bit about Satanism, a little bit about summoning, a little bit about magic spells,
A little bit
spells
about
invoking.
Larry's wife.
Yeah. There's a little bit of it there. Aaron, we love you. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Ryan.
No, hold on.
Yeah.
We haven't done our
Do you Braz? Do you guys think that magic is real?
Well, yeah.
Oh, that's
I mean,
true. We gotta do
if
that.
we're throwing illusionists into it, then yeah, magic does exist.
In the sorry, let me take a step back.
Okay.
Do you think that magic in the black magic sense of I'm going to put a curse on you? Do you think that's real?
No.
I don't think it's real, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was, if that makes any sense. I
Okay.
haven't seen, I guess what I'm saying is I haven't seen the proof. Not that I want to see the proof,
Right.
but
That ends badly.
right. But I think that it's one of those things you have to really investigate. I'm not saying we didn't try. I mean, honest to God,
Okay.
there's a lot of bits and pieces up here that didn't come out tonight, and that's why
You're used to it.
there could be a part 2 or part 3 or
7.
whatever.
Yeah. No, I would have to say I agree. I don't think it's real in the way that I would like to say. I want to be able to say yes, I do think it exists, but I would rather see more proof
I
or
guess-
hear. I like, and this is a good thing. Good question for the community. Have you ever performed any kind of black magic or
Yeah.
know of somebody who has successfully done something with magic. We're not talking illusions. We're talking the hard stuff here.
Record it on your phone and upload it to our Facebook. I'd like to see it.
I would love to be surprised by this and
Right.
to see if it is a tangible thing. So yeah, if you have some kind of a story or something, let us know. That'd be pretty cool.
I mean, I would say I'm 75% of the way sold that there's some truth to it. I just haven't been sold completely. I guess it's not really a yes or no. It's more of like, I get it. I get
Plausible?
the idea. I get it. There's, Sir Isaac Newton was, when he figured out what gravity was,
Yes,
they
yes.
thought he was a heretic because he was explaining it to them, and they're like, oh, that's devil worship.
There
Gravity.
has been
Gravity,
a lot
what
of
is that?
a lot of times in history where magic, if you will, has had a revelation, and it turns out to be something that involves science. Science
Science and
delves
magic
a lot.
actually go a lot
Yes,
more hand in hand than
absolutely.
you would think.
Medicine, modern day medicine, comes from magic, but at the same time, I remember reading a story about Aleister Crowley when asked to demonstrate magic. The most he could do was oh, look at that guy down there, and he tripped.
Right.
So was
So
it
he was
a coincidence? Or
He's just a dick.
I know.
I dropped my bread and butter.
And if being that I'm sure it was in like 1910 or 1914, the guy
Cobblestone.
I've only got one pair of pants. Oh shit! Now they're ripped. My wife will divorce me, and my kids will hate me. Welcome to 1912 or whatever it was. So, yes, okay. So magic's crazy.
Our final verdict is it's plausible, but we want to see more.
Yeah, you
I
too.
would say, yeah, I would
And
say
then Larry's a hard no.
I'm the skeptic. I'm the skeptic of
So
the show.
in a sense, we're all skeptical.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
we are the X-Files sign poster that says we want to believe.
We're the F-Files.
I want to believe. It's I want to believe. We're the guys that are just like, hey, is that real? Is that a black magic over there?
That's some black magic you got there?
It smells like heroin. Uh-oh, gotta go.
Back to my room.
You got some black magic there for sale? Yeah.
You got some black magic for sale.
All right,
Oh,
so
Lord.
so
Yeah.
gentlemen, let's throw some plugs out there. Mr. Larry.
You
Monsieur.
can see my past twats on Twitter. Larry_ga_ga. Also, catch me on evaspodcast.com.
Well, you know me. I'm at Ryan Harrigan on Twitter, and I'm always tweeting the tweets and saying the things.
You have a lovely twat from last week that I really
you.
liked.
Thanks.
It was
Josh?
glorious twat.
Josh, what do you got?
I'm trying to be on Twitter. I'm trying.
Yeah.
So what my tag is on there is at Molko0. MOLKOZEORO. So
that's gonna be a magic trick for me to figure that one out.
Yeah, well, look, I mean, like I said, I don't go on there often, but
should be.
I'm trying to make it a better effort. So anyway, so we have that, and we
at Conspiracy Tea Show is our Twitter. That's where you'll find updates about every episode that goes up, and also anything that we're doing currently. I will be posting.
And of course, we're on Facebook, and we post all of our episodes on there. I think we are most. Yes.
I don't know what it is, but we have a Gmail.
Conspiracy Therapy Show at gmail.com. I had recently said conspiracy therapy, but it's conspiracy therapy show at gmail.com.
There's somebody there's somebody up there going, what the fuck does Bigfoot have to do with anything?
Right. So unless you did not hear from the last two episodes, we also did decide to switch to a every other week format.
We're bi.
We're totally bi.
Why?
Because we're bi.
That all rhymed.
Yeah. We got a lot going on, so we want to see you commenting, liking, subscribing, sharing if you can. If
Tell
not,
your friends.
If not, you know what?
Rate on iTunes, although that's not looking too good so far.
Oh.
But please rate and review on iTunes. That gets some more ears on the podcast.
Send us suggestions.
Send us hate mail.
Send us anything.
I'll take anything.
Even if you send us an email that's like a half off a kid's meal at McDonald's.
Larry will even accept an A being thrusted into the E.
Of
I
course,
demand
and
it.
that brings it all around.
I
ladies and
demand
gentlemen.
it.
Well, that gives us the final go to get the fuck out of here. So we will see you next time with another fascinating, disgusting, scary, horrifying, enlightening episode of the Conspiracy Therapy Podcast. Have a good night.
Got a black magic woman. Got a black magic woman. I've got a black magic woman. Got me so blind I can see. Yes, she's a black magic woman. She's trying to make a devil out of me. Turn your back on me, baby. Yeah. Turn your back on me, baby. Don't turn your back on me, baby. Stop messing around with your tricks. Don't turn your back on me, baby, 'cause you might belong to my magic.
The thing is, they just shoved the A into the E. I don't know what that means.
That's $12.
This has been a presentation of Mirror City Media.